Hey, folks, welcome back. I did the 5 missions. This is kind of a summary recap of the this overdrive uh, initiative with the 5 missions. The 5 bunker missions that you have to do, and kind of what I've learned. So let me pull this up so that way I can give some context. So I've done. Let's go here. I recorded each one of the five videos, right? So let's videos, and you can see where I've recorded all five missions, and because I thought through reading all of the Q&A and all of the answers, I thought once I completed all 5 missions, I would get the upgrade to the ship. So their description here is super vague on like when the accomplishment is complete. It's like do the overdrive Raven mission to get started, and you okay. So I did them, but through the community and talking into chat, they're like, oh no, this is just phase one. Well, I don't see anywhere in here where it talks about this is there are 6 phases or 5 phases, and so it's all super vague and non-descriptive. And unfortunately, I kind of think that's by design, because they arguably people wouldn't buy this ship if they knew that there was 7 phases and it's 50 hours of gameplay or whatever. So to do the upgrade. And I'm also kind of curious if they're just going to sell the A variant later on. They're like, how last year they sold the Lightning, and at the end of the year they're like, don't miss out. Get your Lightning for they bundled all the 2024 ships in one package, and they're like, don't miss out. And it's like, oh wow, I didn't even need to do the golden ticket bullshit. So I'm curious if they kind of do a little rope a dope on us at the end of at some point, and just let us buy the A variant, or if they're just going to keep it locked behind an event and they just do the event once or twice a year. I'm kind of curious how that manifests, and it's not meant to be negative. It's just kind of I want to be kind of upfront about some of my uh, issues that I've experienced. But back to the mission. I kind of recognized a few issues. Like as I'm moving through them, I think I was on mission 3, and my game crashed. I was riding with the crew, and I hit F2 to see how far we had to. Looked at the star map, see how far and the game crashed right as I brought up the Moby glass, and it started getting super jank because they would share the mission, and then what it was doing was it was saying 1 of 5, right? 1 of 5, and even though on my videos it says, oh, you've completed 3 of 5 or 4 of 5, and then like when I fire up the game here, let me show this to you. When I fire up the game, um, it still says let me fire this up. um, and you can kind of see real quick. I'll put this in the background, but this is very kind of vague, and the missions are enjoyable. I really enjoyed the missions overall. I'm just I just don't know what the next phases are bringing. I don't have any. And they say that you're like, oh, it's going to email it to you. I haven't gotten anything into my email, so um, um, and unfortunately, I kind of wish that they would have had those the go back. Kind of wish they would have had some of these missions tied into the ERTs, and I could have done a bunch of ERTs to get to this phase. But let me get in. I want to show you this. So this is kind of a holistic um, interpretation. I want to show you this quest log, because what happened is I was like, they were trying to share the mission, and it was saying 1 of 5, 1 of 5, and And so I'd have to abandon it and then take it back and abandon it. And so even though in the videos you completed 5 of 5 or 6 of 5, so I ended up doing a 6th mission last night, and now it says 6 of 5 completed, right? And it'll say 7 of 5 completed. But you, I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug. Um, so let's go F2, and probably got to get up. I probably more in heavy armor. Hold on. Okay, F2. Go to mission, and you'll see here where it says history. Right, you can see where it's like Overdrive Initiative 1 of 5 completed. Okay, servers 2 of 2. And I guess the way that people kind of track them, because it doesn't say anywhere in here that this is number 1. It says it right here, but these all say 1 of 5. But it says 12,500, okay? And then this one is 14,500. Right? So there's no but this is 4 server. This is 2 server. Okay? And then I had to abandon it. Abandon it. Okay, and this is 4 servers, so this is 17. So what's this? 12, 14, 17, right? And then 23. Okay, here's 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I think there's more, but they've fallen off, as I think it doesn't show. Yeah, I don't think it shows the ones prior to this is the problem. But I'm not 100% sure if I got them all, even though if you go back and look in the videos, like why do they all say 1 of 5 if this is the 23,000? You see what I'm saying? Like it's kind of jank. It's kind of jank. So hopefully I'm not, I'm jacked out of my experience. And I'm noticing that it's getting harder and harder to find groups to do these. So I have a feeling as we move into the event, nobody will want to do these missions no more, and you'll get kind of isolated out, because you definitely need 3 or 4 people to do these missions. Because it's not that you need them for the difficulty. You need them to run around and find the codes on the monitor. And the monitors, they just pop up for a little bit, and then you need somebody downstairs to punch the code in, because you really just have like 10 or 15 seconds to punch that code in, and basically you kind of post it in chat. Like somebody will be like, oh, the code is 2424, and then you downstairs will punch it in real quick, because if you have to run all the way downstairs, you kind of run the risk of that server overheating. And that's why you need the people, is you just need them to run around. But it's really, the experience is not as refined as it needs to be. It's kind of jank, and if you get disconnected or your game crashes, I found that for me to get that mission back on, what I had to do is I had to log all the way out again, and then log all the way in, and then they shared the mission with me, and then it pulled me into the correct mission that they were on. Because when I was when they were the first time around, when they were sharing the mission, it kept giving me an independent mission that was separate from theirs, and it wouldn't give me the mission that we were currently on. So it kind of like went super jank and kind of broken. So I don't know if I got it. Anyways, I hope this gives some insight and maybe a little workaround. If you crashed during, because the whole thing took probably 5 hours. Like the missions were only 20 minutes a piece, but then you'd have to quantum drive all the way across the galaxy. And so you're forcing a lot of mechanics to be stable in order to do this. Like if they had tried to do this during, 2018, where the game was like super unstable, there's no way you could have done this mission in the 3.18 patch, because I said 2018, the 3.18 patch, because of how unstable the game was during that phase. So there's like a lot of forcing mechanics in this mission set that are kind of really pushing the scope of the stability of the game and the requirements in order to do this. If you guys have any insight or any thoughts, on this, put some feedback. I'm kind of curious what the individual, if I got all the individual payouts, like if I go 10, 12, see, there's another 10, right? 14. They don't scale evenly. Like you would think they'd be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Why do they all have these jank prices that don't scale, so that way you could keep track of your progression? But anyways, if you guys got any insight, or and you can go back and watch that last video, and you can see where it says completed, fifth of fifth, whatever, blah blah blah. But I don't have, I didn't get an email saying that I did it. I don't have any, like achievement or, so I have no idea what's going on. But as always, feedback. Put in some feedback. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I recognize this was a ramble. Thanks for watching.